Knitting Journey here, that journey chick on Instagram. Welcome to Thursday, the frozen tundra of Wichita. Oh man, my body, when I woke up this morning, my body went, oh, it's cold, because I have arthritis and it tells me these things. So I got out my hooded scarf. What do you think? It did not sell when I went to the retreat, which I was very glad about because it's pink and I love it. But it's also very, very warm. So we're just going to take it off down for now. I got my little fireplace going here. I gotta rearrange a little bit so y'all can see the fireplace, because yeah, I gotta roll up the sleeves because we don't want the sweater. Sweater weather is terrible for diamond painting, just an FYI, because when you get that sweater on your diamond painting, not good, not good. So last night in Craft With Me Wednesday, we caught up on the temperature blanket. Well, not caught up, but you know, I just let you know where I was on the temperature blanket. Meow, who's meowing? Come on in. What? What's the matter? He thinks the door's closed. It's not closed. He can get through it. What a silly cat. Got my hot cup of coffee in my skeleton mug. Just a few more days till Halloween. I have no costume planned. None whatsoever. I was going to be a lumberjack. I was told that's cheating. Cheating. You know what? I still want to put my hair up because, yeah. There we go. Because it's actually now getting warm in here. Yeah, I overdid it with the heater, and it was freezing this morning though. In the house, it was like in the low 60s, which is not. If you have arthritis, it's freezing. I had to lay there till I got warm and things stopped hurting. What is the matter? What? Why are we crying? Meow, what? You want the door open? Okay, come on. Come on. I think Stitch is scared of the heater. Let me turn it off. Okay, buddy. Now let's see if he'll come over. I don't know. Come on, Stitch. I turned it off. Oh, see, now here, he was afraid of the heater. Oh, poor thing. Oh, I still have quite a bit left on this Monster Mash. I don't know that this is going to happen by this weekend. We're going to give it a good old try. You know, instead of sitting there crocheting in the evenings, I'm going to be diamond painting, apparently. So let's get some drills out. Hi, baby. I have no idea. Oh, there she is. Hi, Pearl. They didn't like the heater. Wow. Good to know. Good to know. All right, where is this symbol? Where is this symbol? I don't see it. Isn't that the one you're always looking for? It's not there. Hi, Stitch. What you doing? It's the one that looks like an M, but it's not an M. Where the heck is it? Hi, buddy. All right, let's try the spell book. Perhaps it's in my spell book. Let's look. I mean, it's possible it slid in here. Yep, there it is. This is supposed to only be my alphanumeric drills, but the other ones sometimes slide in there. Sliding in, sliding in. Hi, kitty kitties. Hi, kitty kitties. All right, we need a pen. A pen. We got a pen. We're ready to go. Oh my God, you are going to get into so much trouble up there. Come on, get down. Come on, come on. Big fella, come on. Come down here and play. Thank you. My word. Now here comes the other one. Now Pearl's on her way over here. She's like, oh, what did Stitch see that I didn't? So now Stitch is checking out the heater now. He's like, let me check this out. Let me see this machine. What's it doing? Oh my God, they're so cute. I ordered new sweaters for the dogs. Well, Duncan doesn't have a sweater. We don't even know if he'll wear it. But if not, Tootsie will. Tootsie will be in fashion. Hi, Pearl. Come show everybody how big you're getting. You know, I gotta check things out over here. Yeah, what is all this mess? It is a mess. Yeah. Not really. Well, yeah, okay, it is a mess. I was gonna say no, it isn't, but it is. It just needs a little organizing. Okay, can I do this without the light pad? No. Nope. I've come to rely on my visual aids. Yes. Today, let's write it in the planner. Let's write it in the planner. Today is National Chocolate Day. Woohoo. Yeah, chocolate. Oh, that would make for a very, very happy girl. Let's find a happy girl because we love us some chocolate. Oh, here we go. Happy, because it's chocolate day. Chocolate day. You know what, for me, every day is chocolate day. Every day. Yep. Because I love me some chocolate. What's your favorite kind of chocolate? Chocolate dates back to 1100 BC. So Christ, not only did he have pumpkin, probably had some chocolate too. Say, I'll take a pumpkin muffin with a side of hot chocolate, please. What are you doing? Thursday, happy. Oh, that's right. Chocolate day. Chocolate day. What are you doing? I'm surrounded by kittens. Okay. National Chocolate Day. And this day in history, we're going to talk about Chuck Berry. Y'all remember Chuck Berry? Rock and roll guy. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3 days till Halloween. 3 days till this collab ends. 3 days to get this canvas done. Do you think it's going to happen? Don't make any bets. Please don't bet against me because you'll win. So, yeah. I'll do my best. I really will. Isn't that like the Girl Scout honor? On my honor, I'll do my best, or something along those lines. So I had an interesting day at work yesterday. Got all caught up. Like, I am all caught up on my work. All caught up. I sit there and I go, oh, I only have one more thing to do. Oh, I could save it till tomorrow. No, I might as well get it done. Same. And by the end of the day, I had it all done. So I don't know what the heck I'm going to do. I know there'll be more work waiting for me today, I'm sure. Always. Always and forever. It's called job security. Anyway, I got release papers everywhere. Let's talk about trials. What you came here for. Crime. Crafting and crime. We're first going to talk about the Donald Hartung case. Now, this was a trial that took place back in 2018 for a murder that was committed, triple murder that was committed in 2015. Donald Hartung is on the trial for the murder of his mother and 2 half-brothers. So what I did was I finished listening to the interrogation. What happened was on the very first day that they found the bodies, which was the 31st of July, within hours, they had this guy down at the station and they were interrogating him. And it was clear that, he was not going to confess to anything. So then they're like, okay, so we'll continue this another time. So then they wake him up in the middle of the night. Like that night, he goes home, they go back, wake him up, and bring him back down to the station. Middle of the night. Now, I don't know if this is a police tactic or what. And then they're grilling him again. And still, he's like, I did not kill my family. So now they're asking him all this stuff about witchcraft. The one guy, they're both pretty young detectives, these guys. Oh, they're playing. They're both very young detectives. And the young guy's like, I know you did this. I know you murdered your mother and your brother. He's like, no, I didn't. Well, who do you think did? I don't know, some crazy person. He goes, but don't you think if it was like some crazy person, he wouldn't have taken the time to drag them across the floor, put them in a room and cover them up? He goes, and Donald's like, I don't know. I don't know why they did what they did. And he's getting, to me, they're trying to confuse him because in the earlier interrogation, they're telling him that his family was shot. Now they're telling him, no, they weren't shot. They were stabbed. I don't know which it is. We'll have to wait to hear from the medical examiner to find out. And he's like, wait a minute, you told me they were shot. He goes, no, we lied. They were stabbed. He's like, I did not do this. And so he's going over the timeline again, and they're asking him, like, so this Wiccan thing that you do, is, do you, like, make sacrifices? Do you kill animals? And Donald's going, no, no, of course not. That has nothing to do with this religion. And they're like, oh, okay, well, we heard, And they just made themselves look so dumb, these cops. And then they were asking him if that religion played any part of him killing his mother and brother. I didn't kill my mothers and brothers. No, of course it didn't play any part of it. They're like, well, do you hang out with other witches? And he's like, no. And he goes, well, who else knows you're a witch? He goes, well, I'm just a sole practitioner. I just, I'm solo. I don't advertise that I'm a witch. It's not something we advertise. There's not like a association. It's just a religion we follow. They had clearly not done their homework on the Wiccan religion. Now what are they doing? Oh, playing. Pearl likes to take the magnets off my magnet board. They're always up to something. They are busy cats. Very busy. So he goes through the entire interrogation. Still, I didn't kill my mother. Didn't kill my brothers. Didn't do it. Wasn't me. Nope. So the lead investigator is on the stand and he's being cross-examined by the defense attorney. And this defense attorney is very good. He really is. And he's like, how did you... Isn't it true that you had my client down at the police station within an hour and a half of discovering these murders? How is it that you already have this man down at the station interrogating him? Is this how you treat all victims of murder? And he's like, the victims were the mother and the 2 brothers. He's like, yeah, but he's a family member. Is this how you treat family members of murder victims? He's like, well, it depends on the case. And he's like, well, what made you think within an hour that this was your suspect? And he says, because this was a very personal crime. There was no sign of forced entry. There was no sign that the victims fought back. They were hidden under clothing. So we suspected, and he's the only surviving family member. Who else are we going to suspect? Isn't it true you developed no other suspects? Nope, we didn't. We didn't develop any other suspects. So within an hour and a half, you got this guy, that's your guy, you ran with it. You never investigated anybody else. No. Remember I told you that they had gone to his house and they had collected samples from blood found on his shoes and his rugs? Well, that did not relate to the crime scene. It was not the victim's blood, mother or brother's. Had nothing, it was his blood, not theirs. Nothing that was found in his house related to the crime scene. Nothing that was found. They confiscated his vehicle at the end of the interrogation. They said, no, we're confiscating your vehicle and we'll just drive you home. So they drove him home, and then they went and searched his vehicle. Nothing that they found in his vehicle related to the crime scene. Nothing, no blood, nothing found in that vehicle that could tie him back to this crime scene. I thought that was really interesting stuff. Yeah. Then I was following the trial of Markeith Loyd. Now, Markeith Loyd is a bad dude. Oh my God. This guy is a bad dude. Like, you do not want to run into him anywhere. Walmart parking lot, the post up, nowhere do you want to run into this guy. He is bad news. The first witness that we hear from is a crime scene investigator. She is sent out to document the carjacking. She pulls surveillance footage from the next apartment building over. Now remember, he goes to this, he flees in his car from the Walmart parking lot after he shoots the police officer. He flees, gets in his vehicle, goes to this apartment building, finds this guy who has just gotten out of his car, says, give me your car keys. The guy throws the car keys in the air. He grabs them, takes off in this guy's Volkswagen Passat. And apparently there's an apartment building right next door where they have surveillance. So we see him backing out of this parking lot, and he's running into everything. He's running over the parking curb. He's actually driving up this hill through the other apartment complex, behind the apartments, like on the grass. Like, and then I don't know what he was trying to do, but he manages to elude everybody. They don't find him for 8 more days. For the next 8 days, he's gone again on the lam. So this woman was sent out to document that crime scene and that carjacking. They do later on find that vehicle, and it's pretty heavily damaged from him running over a fence, running over a parking curb, running into other vehicles. They next put on the lead detective, Detective Cadiz. He's going to be on and off the stand several times. So he goes up on the stand, and the purpose he's on the stand now is because the defense believes that Deborah Clayton, the officer, fired first. So they're inquiring, the state is trying to establish that there was no evidence that she fired first. They looked everywhere based on their surveillance of where if she had fired a shot, where the projectile would have gone. And they find nothing, no evidence on the side of the building, because she would have shot towards the building where he was behind a pillar. They don't find anything. No evidence that she fired. At this point, we get the gun is shown to the jury, Deborah Clayton's gun. And for the purposes, because they're looking at a lot of photographs, so maybe even to desensitize them and so that they recognize that this is the officer's gun versus the gun of the suspect. At this point, the testimony shifts to the night that Markeith Loyd was captured, which was on the 17th of January. Now, like I said, for 8 days, they don't have a handle on where this guy is. But the night he was captured, now, there's going to be more to the story about they set up wiretaps on his phone to figure out where he was, and this is how they located him. So they narrow it down to where he's located, and they send the federal marshals out to apprehend him. So we get the marshal on the stand, and the U.S. Marshal, and he testifies that he gets to the house. He's in an undercover van, undercover clothing, and he parks in a clandestine area, and they're watching the house. And apparently Markeith Loyd figures out he's being watched, and they see the back door open and some clothing comes out. This guy sees what he thinks is a bundle of clothing is thrown out. Then the door closes again. Then the door opens again, and an object is thrown out, and this officer feels like it was the gun. Door closes again. Door opens again. Another gun is thrown out. The next time the door opens, Markeith Loyd comes out, goes down to the ground, and is crawling with his hands out in front of him. And now there's several officers on the scene, and they're all giving him commands, of what to do and how they can apprehend him. But the interesting part is he was wearing a bulletproof vest when he turned himself in. So he clearly believed he was going to get fired upon. So they were able to confiscate the 2 guns, an ammunition clip, 38 rounds of ammunition, and the clothing, the black security shirt and the camo pants. Those are all confiscated and put into evidence. Now, the state wanted to show the bulletproof vest, and there was some point of contention between the state and the defense, and the judge says, well, we'll allow the jury to see pictures of the bulletproof vest. So they do get to see pictures of that. Then we have a police officer that takes a stand, and he was at the scene of Deborah Clayton's murder, and he's searching the parking lot. He actually finds a shell casing on the other side of the parking lot, and he believes that casing to be old. So he testifies, and this is like when the courtroom erupted. He says, I went to call another CSI agent, but they were busy at another incident. Because there were multiple incidents that stemmed from this, there were 2 officers that were deceased. Now, when he said this, they had to excuse the jury from the courtroom. There was a lot of argument. So apparently there had been a hearing beforehand. Here's what happened. There was an officer that was on the way to this murder scene. When Deborah Clayton gets shot in the Walmart parking lot, there's another officer on his way. He gets into an accident and dies. So yeah, it's kind of related to this, but kind of not. So the judge says, no, I'm not letting this in. The jury does not need to hear this. But wow, I had no idea. So 2 police officers died because of Markeith Loyd. I mean, Markeith is not going to be blamed for that second one, but wow, just wow. So then we get to hear from the medical examiner, who testifies that there were 4 gunshot wounds. He stated she probably could have survived 3 of those wounds had she gotten immediate medical attention in the hospital. The 4th wound went through her Adam's apple into, I don't know what angle he must have been shooting at, goes through her Adam's apple into her lungs, fractures some ribs, there's bleeding in the lungs. She was not going to survive that. So one thing I haven't mentioned is they're not showing any of these pictures. We don't get to see autopsy pictures. We have not been able to see the surveillance photos of the actual shooting. I did find surveillance photos of both Officer Clayton and Markeith Loyd while they're shopping in the Walmart, and we see them going in and out. But once that shooting starts, that footage has not been released to the public. During the trial, the only people seeing it are the jurors and the people in the courtroom. It's being scanned and broadcast on a monitor, and the network does not have access to that monitor, or I suspect have been told they're not allowed to show that, the actual murder. Very interesting. I don't know that I would want to see it. It's how gruesome. Any case, that's where we're at on that trial. Now, the Ahmaud Arbery case out of Georgia, still picking a jury. Day 7, still picking a jury. Yep. Okay, what is this day in history? Do, 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 do. Rock and roll singer Chuck Berry goes on trial for the second time. This was in 1961. He had been charged with transporting a minor across state lines in violation of what they call the Mann Act, M-A-N-N. It's the same thing they charged R. Kelly with more recently. So on the first case, the case was thrown out on appeal. So the prosecutor says, I'm going to retry him. Now you're like, double jeopardy, you can't be tried more than once. Yes, you can. If you're found innocent, you can't be tried again. If there's any other thing, if you're guilty and it gets thrown out on appeal, the prosecutor can try you again. If there's a mistrial, the prosecutor can try the case again. So because he lost, it was thrown out on appeal, the conviction, the prosecutor tries the case again. And this time, Chuck Berry is convicted and he has to serve 3 years in prison. In Leavenworth, right down the street. Well, not down. It's here in Kansas. It's right near Kansas City, right outside of Kansas City, near the Missouri border. Leavenworth, who knew? Tia and I discovered that on the way to the retreat. We're like, is that the Leavenworth? Yeah, it's Leavenworth. Yeah, I didn't know it was here. Anyway, it was a Indian woman who had claimed at first that she was 21 years old, of course, and she's traveling around with the band, and they have a falling out. So then all of a sudden she's like, well, I'm a minor and I'm going to report to. And she did. So always ask to see the birth certificate, men. Yes, when they say they're 21, you better have a look. Especially if you're famous. Because it might not be true. I'm trying to think if I ever lied about my age to anybody. I don't think so. I'm just not the kind of person that does that sort of thing. I don't think I ever. No. I just stuck with guys my own age, and of course, I didn't have the opportunity to date a rock star. On the tour bus with Chuck Berry. No. He's not even good looking. No, I don't think so. Oh well. That's the show for today, guys. So tonight, stay tuned for Wolfpack. She's, I think, 6 or 6:30 Central. Probably 6:30 because she's got to get home from work. She's going to be working on Monster Mash. Some or all of us will join her, depending on the day that I have. I might be there as well. It just depends. If I have a really lousy day, I might just come home and do some crochet. You never know. But I'll try to drop by. But make sure you guys stop in and say hello to her. Say hi, Wolfpack. Stephanie. Yeah, Wolfpack Diamond Painting, 6:30 Central, live tonight. And that's my story. And I'm sticking to it. Okay, I gotta go to work. Ready? Are we ready? Everybody sing. Gotta go to work. Work, work, work. Gotta drink more coffee. Coffee, coffee, coffee. All right, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye.